Hi everybody, how you guys doing?
No matter how you want to lose weight, you can do it fast with delicious, nutritious Slim Fast. Shake it off, blend it off, snack it off. Just take it
I'm
off
not
and
doing
keep
okay,
it off.
you know,
However, you want to lose the weight, rich, chocolatey Slim Fast controls your hunger up to 4
basically
hours.
they
Clinically proven to
think
work
Taylor's a
and
better
work
parent than
fast.
me,
See results in just
and
1 week. Losing weight
that I
is
can't get
even easier
overwhelmed,
with Slim
apparently.
Fast.
They want to know how I'm supposed to make that happen, how I'm supposed to do everything. And they're still not willing to give my child back. I said that I could put Daxon in daycare for Wednesdays or whatever, so I don't get overwhelmed. And they're not trying to work with me. They're not trying to make a situation better. They automatically think Taylor's a better caregiver when he was never really part of Daxon's life. Like for a while, like he used to leave a lot and not have a really good bond with Daxon. Well, because people keep calling in, aka my ex-boyfriend's friends, keep calling in and saying that I'm screaming at my child, yelling at my child. I get overwhelmed. I don't drink, I don't do drugs. And I don't yell at my child. There's a lot of allegations that it's not true. And I already tried to say, like, I'm willing to, like, put him in daycare for, like, a day every week. Or, like, 2 times a week or something. They didn't take my child. They basically gave him to Taylor. Because people kept calling in and saying I was not taking my pills, I wasn't doing this. But my house is fucking clean. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything. I'm not lying. Like, there's a safety plan. And basically everything's against Taylor, but nothing against me. They're just saying I have a disability, and I have a disability, and they're using my disability against me. They're saying I don't drive. My disability, and all this stuff, like my learning disability, my disability, I have anxiety and everything else, and I'm going to counseling, and I just signed up for counseling, and, like, it just feels like they're not understanding. And, I'm very upset at the factor of nobody's listening to me, and I just feel like this assessor is not trying to help me. And I have a fucking lawyer. Well, I just signed up to be a counselor. It's gonna cost me some money, and that's coming out of my thing because Child Services doesn't want to pay for it. They want me to go to counseling and fix my problems, but they don't want to pay for it. Like, I have to pay it out of my pocket. And I don't want, and they want me to sign a family enhancement. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Basically means they're gonna be in my life for 3 months. And my child's almost a year old in June. And I've been his prime caregiver since he was born. And apparently I'm not good enough because of my disability. I get overwhelmed, okay, but I was begging for help before this, and nobody was helping me. And then all of a sudden, my ex-boyfriend basically got people to call in, and I have a letter now, a proof of him telling people shit. Like, this is what's harming more of a situation, is that he's babbling his mouth and saying shit that's not true. And calls are getting put in, and I have cameras in my house. Like, and I've asked them, get a court order, get something, and I'll prove to you I don't yell at my child, I'm not on the phone all day, and they're not caring. Like, I've never hurt my child. I have never physically hurt my child. I put him in harm's way. They think I would shake my child and hurt my child, I guess, like, but there's no proof. There's no actual proof that I would hurt my child. And right now I have to supervise visits, and my lawyer is not a good lawyer. I need a new lawyer.
Just the idea that it was modern, it was outdated, and it wasn't what Annabeth wanted. And now I feel like we've done our job in updating it, making it feel a little bit more like a ranch-style home. And so hopefully...
I know, but I need to get a new lawyer, and I can't go legal aid because they agree with child services so much. So I need to pay a lawyer, like an actual lawyer that can fight for me and actually know what he's doing, because legal aid lawyers can't really fight against child services because they're both government. And I think I'm getting treated unfairly because of my disability. But I got a letter from my doctor saying my parenting doesn't affect me caring for my child on daily basis. And they're holding everything against me right now. And I don't have a really, like, a support system because my brother doesn't want to be involved. And, like, I need to raise some money to actually, like, get a good lawyer. Like, a container could cost, like, $1,000. And that's my only hope to help me get my son back. Because, like, child services have made my life hell, and I don't know what else to do right now. You know, it's like everything's she said, he said, nothing proof. And I have cameras in my house, and I have people can tell you that I don't yell at my child. He's the most amazing little boy you will ever meet. And you know, I don't.
Beautiful house is just over 1,600 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, built in 1959.
It doesn't matter how old I am. I'm hoping that I can get everybody to support me in this situation, because I'm a really good mom, and I'm really depressed from not seeing my child every day.
$185,000 value on this property. So as is, you've got about $10,000 in equity. All right.
I've had.
You know, let me tell you about my granddad.
Okay, Chip, come on. Annabeth is ready. Yes, let's see it.
Okay, all right. Well, let's get to work. You guys ready? Y'all stay put.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Keith and Annabeth, you guys ready to check out your fixer-upper?
We're so ready.
All right, let's do this. Oh, that's awesome.
You know one of the best ways to bring Tuscany to your table? Enter the Bertolli pasta sauce.
I have some haters, I guess. I don't know. That's fucking sad. But I honestly feel like they allowed me to have my child last time, and they're not looking at that file now. And they just keep harassing me. And this assessor is not a fucking joke. Like, she won't fucking understand that I have taken care of my child for 8 months with no fucking problem. And ever since Taylor fucking left or broke up with me, people have called in. Like, this is what they need to fucking do, their research. Like, that's the thing. And he's getting everything he wanted in his fucking court papers. And child services is saying, I yell at my child, I do this to my child, I do this to my child. There's no fucking proof. There's no fucking calls. And I got put in a fucking room with a bunch of fucking people who don't fucking like me.
Have the freedom to move their way in Pampers Cruisers with 3-way fit. They adapt at the waist, legs, and bottom for all the freedom to move their way. Pampers.
It was a little tricky, but I think...
I know there's laws, but nobody's doing anything about this. This is what I don't understand.
I know, right? So many batteries.
I just think that would be more of a problem, because then they'll use more of my disability against me. Like, right now, they're using, like, my anxiety and my disability. I don't drive, I don't do this. Like, and my ex, you know, he didn't, like, I was taking care of my child. Like, my ex has told my son to shut up. My ex has told my son to stop crying. My son has, like, my ex has done a lot of stuff. And apparently I'm a bad parent because I got overwhelmed and I was asking for help. And then my aunt showed up and helped me. And apparently my child services doesn't give two shits. And this is what I don't understand. There was no apprehension order or anything. They did a place with another parent. And they're not trying to do an investigation good because they put me in a room and I have anxiety and I freaked out and I started to cry. Like, they put me up to fail. And his stepdad is like the worst. Like, I'm just disgusted.
You see the planter boxes before we break. We just added some more texture.
I am trying to, but I hope I have the money to.
It's really, really amazing.
Keith, I love that front yard.
I love the stone.
But they won't care because, like, they think I can edit it or something. Like, so they need to get a court order from my
Y'all ready to check it out?
my security company and get it, so they know it's not edited. And I keep asking them to get a court order, because, like, I'm not lying. I don't sit here for hours annoying my child and letting him scream. I've never done that in my whole entire life I've had my son. Like, I stopped coming on here because I couldn't do two things. You know, her supervisor, the assessor, is a fucking joke. So I called the manager of the child services, and I called the top person of child services too, because I need my son back. I'm not doing anything to hurt my son or neglect him. There's no proof. There's a lot of phone calls getting called in saying I was overwhelmed. I have no kids. I only have one kid. I've never had any other kids. I only have one kid. But I was 2 workers signed off on me before. And now apparently I can't parent because I get overwhelmed, but they're not trying to make a situation better. They're trying to make it worse.
You ready to check out the kitchen?
I'm sure Annabeth was ready to see the kitchen.
Let's dig in.
You know, last time I was on here, I did delete that video. It's hard. I feel like I'm just gonna keep getting failed. Like, I don't know, like, I need money to pay for a lawyer, and it's gonna be, I don't have the money for it, so I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I can't get a loan because my credit's shot because Taylor. But, like, now I have to figure out how I'm gonna pay for a lawyer.
You've got a ton of storage back here. We did all new windows in here. So Clint built this table, and you can sit a bunch of people around here, but then you can put 3 chairs on the front. Those chairs on that back wall, but we've got one more surprise for you that we're going to see.
Like, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this because this is what I don't understand, is that
The girls' room.
I need a good lawyer, and I might have to pay for one, because I don't think me going to legal aid is gonna make me win my child back or fight, because this lawyer doesn't know how to work with child services. So I just feel like I'm beating a dead bat right now, and a lawyer is not, like, a pre-pro lawyer is not gonna help me. Like, I need a good lawyer, and child services are mean. Like, I've never had to deal with it. Like, I just want my kid back. Like, if anybody wants to donate, my PayPal, it's in my about thing. It tells you where it is. Like, I need $1,000 for a lawyer. And if anybody wants to donate, it's my PayPal. And
All right, well, let's wrap this up. Good. Okay, after y'all.
yeah. But I need, like, a container of money. Like, I need, like, to pay them first before they help me. So, like, I need $1,000 to pay one. So, I'm really hoping that somebody can donate me some money in my PayPal so I can get a better lawyer and get my son back. Because, a detainer or whatever it's called. I need to give the person $1,000 or whatever they want, so I can contain them and they can be my lawyer. So I need, like, if anybody can send me money through my PayPal, it's in my about thing, or I can put it back down here. I'm not begging for money, and stop telling me I'm begging for money, because I'm going to turn off the comments as soon as I get off here. Because I had to delete my old video because people kept on asking, oh, you doing drugs? What kind of drugs are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. It's like,
way more than we could even begin to imagine. All right, you want to go get some cookies in the kitchen?
yeah, it's...
We're so excited to be in this amazing home.
I don't feel like anybody's fighting for my son, and now it's being put over to June, so I want to ask another lawyer to get it put over for... till I can get my son back now. Like, I want my son back. And this is ridiculous. Like, I've done nothing ever to hurt my child or put him in harm's way. Yes, I get overwhelmed. Yes, I sometimes need to put him in a safe place. That's like his crib or his little toddler seat. And I take a few minute break to calm down, and I regroup and then come back to the situation. But, you know, when I have family members I don't trust anymore, who you're supposed to trust with your child. And that's the thing. I don't feel like the trust is there for anybody I know now. The message I got from Taylor's friend was that he's telling people I yell at my child and tell him to shut up, when I have never done that in my entire life. So people are basically calling maliciously over and over to child services. So, I don't know what to do right now. So if anybody wants to help me pay for my child, my PayPal. Yeah, so if you want to help me pay for a lawyer, go to my PayPal, donate that, and it'll go towards a lawyer. So like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.